By 2073, the population of Earth had doubled. Humanity consumes 3 times more water and food, and the use of natural resources and minerals is far beyond acceptable levels. Every 4 days, the planet's overpopulation increases by 1 million people. This demographic explosion leads to climate change and natural disasters. Most continents become deserts, uninhabitable for life. Agriculture is in decline as severe droughts destroy much of the harvest. In an effort to end food shortages, the European Federation turned to scientists who could find a solution to the crisis. Genetically modified products were introduced worldwide, boosting crop yields. However, soon these experiments with nature had consequences, leading to a mutation gene for multiple births. Humanity faced a new crisis, prompting the government to implement a one-family, one-child policy. This law regarding child distribution became essential for saving humanity. Now, in the case of twins or more, only one child is kept. The others are placed in cryocapsules and put to sleep, where they will remain until humanity resolves the overpopulation problem. Concealing the birth of 2 or more children is impossible due to special checkpoints and verification systems. People wear identification bracelets on their wrists to prevent breaking the law. If someone manages to hide a child, a special child distribution bureau finds and confiscates them, forcibly sending the excess children into cryosleep. Parent Setman arrives at a maternity ward and learns that his daughter, with whom he has not been in touch for years, did not survive a difficult birth. Unmarried and without a partner, she gave birth to 7 daughters, identical twins, and now the old man must find a way to care for them. He is willing to break the law and keep all his granddaughters, but he must devise a plan to protect them from the Bureau and its strict regulations. He files documents for only one granddaughter, named Karen Setman, and names the sisters after the days of the week. 7 years later, Taryn keeps the 7 granddaughters hidden at home, not allowing them outside due to the danger. Every day he focuses on their education so that the sisters are prepared for life in modern society. Considering their different personalities, he asks them to take a test to determine their future professions. They will all have to play the role of Karen, so it's important that each sister enjoys her work. For their safety, Taryn creates a secret room hidden behind a mirror. Every day, he trains the granddaughters to quickly hide and clean up after themselves. Thanks to this, no one will ever suspect that there are others in the house, as all the beds are hidden in niches and concealed within bookshelves. When the time finally comes for the sisters to go outside for the first time, Taryn crafts 7 identical bracelets. He reminds them of the rules of behavior and the importance of maintaining their shared identity. Inside the house, they can express their individuality, but in the outside world, all the sisters must be seen as one person without gaps in memory or recollections. The next morning, Thursday is the first to step outside. The girl is scared, but after passing through security, she calms down, realizing her grandfather is a genius at cleverly hiding 7 identical twins. Once Thursday returns home, the sisters hold an evening meeting where she shares everything that happened during the day. 30 years later, Sunday, the sister with the matching name goes into town to play her usual role as Karen. After passing through a security checkpoint, she witnesses agents from the Child Distribution Bureau taking a little girl from her mother who was hiding a second child. Sharing in the crowd's anxiety, Sunday records everything on a camera embedded in her bracelet. On her way home, she buys meat, facing checks at every step, since services are only provided after confirming she is the only child in the family. In the building, Sunday runs into Eddie, the concierge, who tries to impress her with silly poems. He can't understand how she looks so good when she was feeling sick just the day before. After going through a retinal scan, Sunday enters the apartment and prepares dinner for herself and her sisters. She shares everything that happened that day and shows video clips so the others can remember it all. She also asks her sisters to be more mindful of the details, since Saturday's drunken antics almost exposed them the previous night. Currently, the sisters are beginning to struggle to get along. Each one wants to express her individuality and live a vibrant, full life instead of merely hiding and going out once a week. Thursday, the true rebel is ready to expose her family. However, the other sisters don't support her bold plans, as they fear the terrifying consequences of such actions might lead them to end up in a cryo chamber, waking up in a distant and unfamiliar future. Hiding in the attic, Thursday remembers that one of her previous actions led to irreparable consequences. One day, she decided to run away from home to go skateboarding. The family panicked, but the girl returned late that night in tears. She had fallen and injured herself, losing part of her index finger. The old man realized that this injury could expose them, so he was forced to amputate the same part of the index fingers of his other granddaughters. It was difficult for him, and he hid in the bedroom to cry. But the granddaughters understood that this was the only way to keep them safe. Monday, struggling with nausea and a high fever, forces herself to get ready for work, knowing today is a crucial day. The 7 sisters have worked hard for years as bank employees, and today Karen is up for a promotion. Before heading out, Monday checks her appearance and applies makeup. Ignoring Eddie's latest flirtations, she rushes off to work. At the checkpoint, she is briefly detained for questioning, but it turns out to be a mere formality as the guard asks a few routine questions. Upon arriving at work, Monday runs into her colleague Jerry, who is also hoping for the promotion. He warns Karen that he knows her secret and that she may be facing some kind of exposure. In the evening, the other sisters panic, unsure of what happened to Monday since she hasn't returned home. Tuesday, the girls are scared, fearing their sister may have been captured or worse. Friday dismisses the possibility, reasoning that agents from the Child Distribution Bureau would have stormed in if that were the case, but that hasn't happened. The signal from Monday's bracelet has disappeared, and Tuesday has no choice but to go to work as if nothing happened. Using makeup and a wig, Tuesday assumes Karen's persona, hoping to uncover her sister's whereabouts. She passes through the checkpoint without issue and then contacts her sisters for further instructions. At the bank, Tuesday checks the information regarding Monday's last activities and discovers that Karen was promoted yesterday and decided to celebrate at her favorite bar. When she arrives, she talks to a waitress who mentions a fight with Jerry, after which Monday was never seen again. Just as the sisters conclude their conversation, Tuesday is confronted by agents from the Child Distribution Bureau who forcibly take her to the residence of Nicolette Kamen. There, Karen meets the creator of the law. The woman knows there are 7 sisters and promises to resolve the issue discreetly. But then, an agent attacks Tuesday with a knife. That evening, several armed agents arrive at the sisters' home and eliminate Eddie before heading to the top floor. The women have only seconds to hide behind the mirror, but one of them has to activate the mechanism. Thursday stays behind in the apartment to find their grandfather's revolver, but the weapon is gone. The agents burst into the apartment and discover a secret niche in the wall. Thursday attacks them with a crowbar, and a struggle ensues. The sisters manage to fight off the agents, taking them down one by one. After dispatching the group of armed men, the twins realize that Sunday has been severely injured and has fallen into eternal sleep. Nicolette learns about the complications and orders her assistant to personally handle the sisters' elimination. Meanwhile, Friday finds an eye in one of the agent's pockets and realizes it belongs to Tuesday, indicating that she is unlikely to be alive. Wednesday, the sisters are in a panic over what has happened and don't know how to proceed. Saturday suggests fleeing the scene of the attack, but the others think that's impractical. With checkpoints and searches on every street, they would be easy targets. They need to act more cohesively and find out what's going on, so only one of them will go outside again. Wednesday decides to forego her usual Karen persona, as drawing unnecessary attention to herself is not wise. Friday supplies her with a camera to monitor the situation and promises to deal with the agent's weapons, which only activate in their hands. Wednesday heads to Jerry's place to interrogate him and find out what happened to Monday. Brandishing a weapon at her colleague, she learns that Jerry knows a completely different secret. He is unaware of the sisters' existence, but has been blackmailing one of them with a dubious contract. Karen made a deal with Nicolette, promising her funding for a campaign. Before Wednesday can gather more information, a hitman eliminates Jerry and attempts to take out another sister. Wednesday manages to hide, but several armed agents enter the apartment. With no chance to escape, she retreats to the bathroom. Waiting for one of the agents to enter, she attacks and kills him, grabbing his weapon. Wednesday realizes it works on a fingerprint scanner. Detaching a phalange from her finger and attaching it to her injured digit, she successfully takes down a few more agents. Friday monitors her sister to help her escape the trap, but makes a few minor mistakes. As a result, Wednesday falls from a great height into an empty dumpster, but continues to try to hide. The homeless assist her, throwing anything they can find at the agents. Nicolette's assistant nearly collides with Wednesday, but the driver swerves at the last moment to avoid an accident. At some point, the sisters have to cut off communication with Wednesday because an agent from the Bureau has come to their home. Thursday suggests eliminating him right away, but Saturday opts for a more polite approach to find out why the man has come to see them. Leaving Wednesday without support, Thursday and Friday hide. Saturday meets Adrian and discovers that he is the lover of one of the sisters. The sisters begin to suspect one another, but Saturday has never had a man and isn't familiar with Adrian. Hoping to learn who among them was involved with the agent, Thursday and Friday ask Saturday to spend the night with the man and secretly connect to his bracelet to gain access to the Bureau's servers. After Adrian and Saturday leave, Thursday and Friday re-establish contact with Wednesday. They try once again to help their sister escape from the agents, leading her to the roof. Wednesday needs to jump to the adjacent building, but at that moment an agent wounds her and then executes another sister. Thursday and Friday examine the document of the deal they received and are surprised to discover that the money Nicolette wired to Monday was for her to participate in the election campaign and run for parliament, dictating new policies. But she never signed it. Meanwhile, Saturday arrives at Adrian's home, playing the role of Karen, and they make love. During this, she connects to his bracelet, allowing the sisters to access the Bureau's internal surveillance cameras. On one of the screens, they spot a sister imprisoned in a cell and suspect it to be Monday. The next morning, Saturday manages to get Adrian talking, revealing that Monday had been seeing him for several months. They had a serious relationship that she kept hidden from the other sisters. As they are conversing, several agents burst into Adrian's apartment and execute Saturday. At the same time, other agents surround the sisters' apartment under the command of Nicolette's assistant. They deploy smoke grenades and prepare to storm the place, leaving the sisters with only a few minutes to escape. Thursday pleads with Friday to act quickly, and after breaking a hole in the wall, they escape through the attic. Friday decides to sacrifice herself, allowing her sister to flee while she returns to the apartment. She duplicates all the photos and memories to ensure their story doesn't disappear. Realizing this is a one-way path, Friday stuffs several canisters of explosive mixture into the microwave and tears out the gas line. Just as the agents attempt to blow down the door, a massive explosion occurs, and Thursday realizes she has lost yet another sister. Adrian learns about the events and rushes to the sister's house, where he sees Friday's charred body being taken outside and sent to the Bureau. Returning to the service van, the grief-stricken man encounters Thursday, who attacks him. She threatens him with a knife, suspecting that Adrian had exposed the sisters, but quickly realizes her mistake. He genuinely loves Karen and knew nothing about the twin sisters. Thursday tells him the whole truth and then proposes a plan for revenge, to expose the Child Distribution Bureau and its director, Nicolette. Adrian arrives at the Bureau with the body of yet another sister. Thursday pretends to be a victim of the explosion, but soon the agents notice something is off. While the planet unfolds, Thursday finds herself in cryogenics, the place where previous sisters were sent. Officially, this is where children are prepared for freezing, but that's not the reality. Inside a body bag, Thursday secretly records what's happening with her bracelet. She sees that excess children aren't placed into cryosleep. Instead, they are injected with a sedative and placed into cryoscopy chambers, which turn out to be incinerators. Once filled with gas, the Bureau workers burn the excess people. It's Thursday's turn next, but she resists, pushing a woman into the incineration chamber and disposing of her. Thursday sedates a second guard. Adrian takes out 2 more agents, and then they set off to find Monday. When they locate her cell, they discover it's actually Tuesday, who has lost one eye. The trio decides to do whatever it takes to expose Nicolette and her election campaign. Meanwhile, Monday meets with Nicolette and signs a contract, providing her with funds to participate in the upcoming elections. Thursday uses makeup and a wig to impersonate Karen and blend into the crowd. At the same time, Tuesday and Adrian head to find the Bureau's server room to stream the recorded material. During the election presentation, Nicolette announces that now every family can have as many children as they want, but it all depends on their financial means. While this is happening, Thursday goes to the restroom and encounters an alive and unharmed Monday. She reveals a terrible secret and confesses that she betrayed her sisters because she was born first and believes she is the only real Karen. Thursday tries to convince her sister that family is more important, but Monday is ready to shoot her. A fight ensues between the sisters, during which Thursday shoots her sister. Before returning to the hall filled with esteemed guests, Tuesday and Adrian hold the line, firing back at dozens of agents who have trapped them. Connecting to the server and taking control of the presentation, Tuesday launches a video that shows footage of a child being burned. Nicolette nearly faints, realizing she has been exposed and that her campaign is over. She understands that the person before her isn't Monday, and ripping the wig off, Thursday attacks her. A bloody Monday appears in the hall, intending to shoot her sister. An agent, who enters the room, suspects it's the wrong sister and shoots her, after which Adrian takes out the shooter. Bleeding, Monday confesses why she did everything. She wanted to get rid of her sisters not for a position, but for the future of her children. She is pregnant with twins by Adrian and wanted a normal family where they could raise their kids. Financial independence and Nicolette's new program would have helped her achieve that, but it's too late. For losing her life, Monday asks Thursday to take care of her children and to ensure they are never separated. Sometime later, mass protests and demonstrations begin. The political elite avoids a coup and repeals the Child Distribution Act. Nicolette prepares to face trial knowing she could face execution. Despite this, she still believes she was justified in her actions. Her cruelty, she claims, was necessary to protect the Earth from overpopulation. Nicolette tells the crowd that humanity has lost its last chance for the peaceful world that existed for decades. Tuesday, Thursday, and Adrian watched Monday's twins grow in the incubator. Tuesday has replaced her lost eye and decided to take the name Terry in honor of her late grandfather, as she no longer needs to hide. Thursday, in memory of her sisters, has kept the name Karen and will do everything to take care of her nephews. The trio understands that Monday sacrificed everything for her children, but they don't judge her for it. At the same time, it becomes clear that in this new world, the old order no longer exists, and the vast facility is filled with thousands of newborn babies.